Hi, the first thing that comes to mind when a person thinks of climate change is the environment. Environmentalism, as a political movement, has produced an array of reactions from indifference to grief or even anger. Regardless of wherever you find yourself on this spectrum, one thing we can all agree on is the influence of the environment on our lives. The impact of the natural world on our existence as earthlings is simply undeniable. From die-hard activists to cold and calculated economists, I take the stance. I take the stance that it is of great importance to motivate others to protect the environment in any way possible. Others who share my sentiment have undertaken one of the most imaginative avenues in this honorable pursuit, the avenue of theater. Theater and the age of climate change is a daunting task platformed by HowlRound Theater Commons. Platformed by HowlRound Theater Commons. But one thing, but one that compels us to discover the hidden character in our surroundings. Commit commit to a body of work for the long haul, and explore how everything on this beautiful orb of a planet we call home intersect and affect us all. In the article, Agriculture and Climate Change by Tanis Kaldachuk. Kaldachuk is a self-proclaimed performer, like performer, but performer, working as both an organic farmer and a theater artist. Kaldachuk originally got her hands in the soil with the successful production of The Weather Project, which was done on a locally owned farm. She noticed that the audience not only responded well to the natural backdrop and scenery, they felt it was a vital part of the story, as if one of the characters were missing in their own right whenever the cast had tracked an alternative on a rainy day. This is further supported by the fact that instead of traditional Q&As, Kaldachuk's production would host a post-play dinner conversation with food grown on the farmland itself. Sudden changes in weather would often remind Kaldachuk that nature is the director. She will forever be in charge. That nature itself is a director. She will forever be in charge. The primary thing a mere human could do is plan for sunny days, using the calendar of agricultural professionals, the tractor frost dates, and planktons. Tanis Kaldachuk gave us a lot to think about, but Chantal Bilodeau portrayals implore consumers to decipher the meaning of every play, and if the director is lucky, the gestalt of the whole body of work would hold a greater significance than the sum of its parts. In creating work in a series in the Anthropocene, in the article, Creating Works in a Series of Anthropocene, Bilodeau looks for ways the audience can reflect on and ultimately use her work in their call to action. She states that changes start small, often with a single seed. The rest is care, vision, and faith. This humility is also a reference to Bilodeau, who worries about the possibility that without the vast and various features of the earth, there may not be anything left to remind us to be humble. A grim realization indeed, as February 2024 marked the first time Earth was 1.5 degrees Celsius warmer than in pre-industrial times for all 12 months. Bilodeau states that there it is in her lifetime, but still the works continue. One of the dreaded warnings from the early days of global warming awareness has come true. But good people retain their conviction in the face of adversity. Retain their conviction in the face of adversity. Sorry. In a Homewood house, we watch how decisions are made that not only displace the community, they literally kill two innocent people due to a lack of concern in the first place. Climate change acts in the same manner. Most of its effects are invisible to most people until the damage is done. Bilodeau's article that was previously stated mentions that people have held the first funeral for a glacier, where the eulogy was not to the glacier or us alive today, but to the future, as a warning or acknowledgement of our own failure. In much the same way, the article "I Am the Damage" we have done to the earth. Intersections of Climate Crisis and Disability by Hannah Cormick. Cormick explains how her chronic illness that occurs as a mutation from the increase of pollution Cormick says that during COVID-19, she felt that people finally started sharing seamlessly some of her hyper-awareness about the environment. Unfortunately, humankind is much more reactive than proactive. So once the storm passes, so does the will to power. So perhaps taking the time to look around and listen may be our single most important step to ensuring true change and reformation on climate change. At the very least, we will be taking heed of the world. We'll be taking heed of one of the world's geniuses, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein wrote that we cannot solve novel problems with the mindset that created them, with the same mindset that created them. In the excerpt from Bilodeau's article, maybe then, as a society, we can live up to the proclamation that there will be no more Harveys, in reference to Hurricane Harvey and the sexual assault by Harvey Weinstein. Again, Bilodeau. This is from Bilodeau. May we stop assaulting our planet and kind. Cormick shares, we do not need to conquer the mold of nature, and we do not need to conquer or cure our bodies. We need to work with them. These are but a modest account of all the fronts on this issue that concern the character, presence of nature, the importance of commitment to an idea, and the ways people are affected by climate change. Climate change is This makes apparent climate change's intersectional implications as well. I'm only one man, though through a message I become two. And as the chain of communication increases in complexity, the message can reach the whole world loud and clear. Theater have helped to provide us with the first step of the problem. The first step of problem solving, which is knowing the problem. Now, as agents of change and bearers of the new creation, let's move to the second step, doing whatever we can to take action. Three questions I would like for you to answer in class is number one, are there any more ways we can notice or use nature as a hidden character in theater? Question number two, do you think culture and individuals or institutional power matters more in solving climate change? So, question number 2 is again, do you think culture and individuals or institutional power matters more in solving climate change? And question number 3, how do you notice climate change in your personal life? Is there anything you can do about it?
That's it.